Welcome back to From My Living Room to Yours. I want to admit to you right now that I have not gotten my house more organized or cleaner since we started staying home in mid-March. I'm working a lot, so when I finally take a day off, I just pretty much lay around. So it's probably not surprising that one day I put on a little pair of white socks before making my trek to the bedroom, out to the kitchen, to my office, and wore those white socks all day long to keep my feet warm on my tile floors. Well, I'm pretty embarrassed to say that when I took those socks off at the end of the day, they were no longer white. They were a very dark, dingy gray. So the very next day, I got up, resolved to do something different. I went to my drawer, I looked through the different colors of socks I had, and I picked out a dark green pair, knowing that the dirt would not show on those socks. That's what one of my coaching friends, personal coaching, calls a toleration. Knowing there's a solution, but putting up with the irritating symptoms. I'll give you another example. When I first started working at my home desk all day long, I kept getting frustrated with how this cord coming through one area was getting stuck on a pile of file folders, and I would have to yank on the cord all day long. Well, this wasn't a new problem. I had been dealing with it for a couple of years, but when I only worked at my desk for a couple of hours every morning, it didn't bother me so much. But being at the desk full time exasperated the irritation. And then one day I realized all I had to do was move the file folders to this side of the desk and the computer to this side of the desk, and the cord would no longer catch on them. Voila! Problem solved. Toleration removed. I tell you about these examples because I think we do it a lot. We know there's a problem, and we might even see the solution, or we could easily figure out a solution. But we do what's easiest in the short term, and we ignore the problem. We do this with our kids when they want attention, and we don't think we have the time to give it to them. We do it when we need to have a hard conversation with somebody, but instead we pretend like nothing's happened. And in our nation, we can see a problem, but we decide that it's not directly affecting us, so we don't get involved. So a couple of days later, after the sock incident, I finally washed my floors, and it felt great to have clean floors. All things were made new. Jesus told us about this, about all things being made new. And that's what removing tolerations is all about, making things new. But Jesus didn't say, sit back and watch, and I'll make all things new for you. Jesus calls us into the renewal, telling us you are no longer students, but friends. So friends, what are you tolerating in your life or in the world that you could actually do something about and make a difference in your own life and in the lives of those around you? You might not actually take the steps to fully solve the problem today, but at least make yourself aware of what it is. Knowing what you're tolerating is the first step in making things new. Until next time, go in God's good courage.